Yo, what is up, all you beautiful credit repair business owners? Today, we're in a dune buggy, and we're going to talk about, yeah, you guessed it, getting more credit repair clients. And how we do this is, more specifically in this video, we're going to be talking about networking. And now let me tell you guys, networking is amazing. It's amazing because if you don't understand how to properly network, you will never truly scale, and I almost guarantee that. The ability to talk to other people in whatever circumstance and talk to them about what exactly you do. Like, hey, I do credit repair, let's do some business, That ability to be able to do that, talk to other people about what exactly you do, shoot them on an offer and try to sell them when you meet them is huge. Because not only does it build your confidence for further businesses to come, but like I said, it makes you a whole bunch of connections. And chances are, it is a lot easier to sell somebody face to face rather than on the phone or through any ad. I guarantee your closing rate face to face will be 1,000 times more than over the phone or any ad. So you're probably like, yo, Blade, where are these places that I can network with people looking to fix their credit? I mean, this really isn't that difficult, and it shouldn't be overcomplicated. You shouldn't overthink this. Think about it. I mean, well, everybody has their own individual niche. I'm a marketing guy. I tailor specific credit bureau companies. You're a credit bureau company. What do you tailor to? I mean, you could do overall everything, but what do you like doing? What do you want to do? It's crazy how it works, because if you put something out there, it will happen. It's crazy. And I can come up with a billion stories about how I put something out there and manifested something and it came to fruition. Like, let me give you one quick example and I get back to the topic. I know I talk a lot, but I think it was maybe 2-3 months ago. I put it out there. I wrote it down, I put it on my story, and I talked to a bunch of people how in the next 2 to 3 months, I want to be living in Florida. I want to be making X amount of income, and I want to be able to have the freedom that I deserve. I came to Florida. I'm making X amount of income. I don't really necessarily know I have the freedom. Well, I think I have the freedom, but I just prefer to work a lot. I'm so passionate about what I do. I prefer to do this over going to the beach every day. Even though I do go to the beach a lot, I go to the coffee shop all the time. I don't have an office. My office is literally in a coffee shop. I get my coffee. And this is for me, because freedom is different for everybody. For me, my freedom is being able to go to the coffee shop, hop my laptop, do my business calls over there. I get my people to meet me at the coffee shop if I need to. We go around and surround a table and we talk business. We do business, For me, that's what I love doing. But back to the topic at hand about networking. So, like I said, where was I going with this? So, the beauty behind being able to network is like I said, you build confidence, you build business relationships, and the best thing about this is it helps you referrals as well. So let's say you went to somewhere, let's say the bar. I mean, what else could you do? Go golfing, do some sports, go to the bar, go to a club, at a friend's house, whatever it is, go to the gym. Those are my biggest things. I don't really golf too much. Those are my biggest things, though. The gym. Let's use the gym as a classic example. You're working out, you're doing some rows, you're doing some benching. Maybe the guy that spots you, maybe the guy that spots you in the bench press, you start talking to him. He's like, yo, you want to be a gym buddy? You start talking to him. He's like, yo, what do you do? Because you don't have to immediately, right out the bat, be like, what do you do? I do credit repair, become my client. No, that's not how it works. You guys are humans. Talk, My favorite thing to do is if I wanted to meet somebody, I make an observation first. And that kind of goes around with everything. So it's kind of a little advice for also getting girls too. But so say we're at a bar, like, yo, nice. I notice you have a Red Sox shirt on. And I just continue with that. Or I see that, hey, I noticed that you have a Rolex on. Where'd you get it? I'm about to get one. And you keep on going from there. It's just a good conversation starter to really start. And for me, that's my go-to. If I want to have a conversation with somebody, like, my go-to is not hi. It's not what's your name. It's because those are typical questions. Hi, what's your name? What do you do? Did you go to college? What's your favorite color? My thing to like really get people intrigued like immediately is to do an observation. So let's say you're at the bar, and you by the way, when you're doing this, you specifically have the objective of networking. You're not going to the bar. I mean, yeah, you can drink, but for me personally, because I'm a hustler, I go to the bar specifically for one purpose, one priority, and that priority is to network, meet other people, and grow my business. When you go to these businesses, and when you go to these bars, when you go to these activities, these events, you gotta have that one thing and your one priority to grow your business, to really network, to meet other people. And when you go over there, you meet somebody. I usually go for the people that have nice watches. I go to people that I see the keys. I go to people that have cars. I go to people that just dressed up well, which is why first impressions are everything. I know I'm not looking the best. I mean, I didn't look pretty dapper, but I got a black shirt on. But what I'm trying to say is first appearance is everything, because let's say you're walking up to somebody. This guy looks like money, but you look like a bum. Why would he trust you that you can provide the results that he wants? You know? So why would he trust you in that? Because if you can't even prove it within, if you're not even confident enough to dress a certain way, if you're not confident enough to be able to approach these people and be dressed a certain way, if you don't look professional, if you don't look good, it's just psychology. First impressions are completely everything. So when you're going to these places, you gotta look good. That's just in general, because who knows who you will meet. And when I'm talking about this, I'm talking about, I always wear this, it's Sentimental Valley, but have a nice watch, have a nice shirt. You gotta make sure your shirt's not like baggy and crazy. I'm in Florida right now, it's really hot right now, so I'm kind of wearing short sleeves and shorts. But I'm trying to say, don't be wearing a shirt that says F you or something like that, some of these crazy savage shirts. No. For me, my go-to is a plain shirt. No, I don't like brands. Plain shirt, plain pants, That's my go-to to network. Or a button-down. I love my button-down shirts. And the beauty behind it, you can watch plenty of videos. I'm not going to tell you how to dress, but you can watch plenty of videos on how to layer and stuff like that. So what I'm trying to say is just dress nice, dress presentable, because first impression is everything. When you go up to somebody, first thing you have to see is what you look like. That being said, make that look pristine. And then when you actually meet the person, make an observation. Make some sort of observation. You're like, hey, I noticed you got a rum and coke. I love that. Might as well, bartender, give me a rum and coke to match him. And you start talking about jet skiing. I usually do sports. I usually talk about jet skiing or some sort of action things. That always picks up the conversation really quick. And as I pick up the conversation, I start talking about business. Because once they feel it's kind of hard to get what you want if you just immediately start talking about business. You first gotta relate with them. And what people really love about relating is people love stories. People love things that other people have done. Jet skiing, water skiing, wakeboarding, snowboarding, riding motorcycles, cars, Jeep people, this ATV thing. For me, my go-to is like action sports. With guys and girls, my first thing is usually jet skiing or like snowboarding. That's my go-to. You gotta have your go thing. And another quick advice, always have one that works really well, that saves me a lot of times, is just like having three go-to stories that whenever you guys get like stuck or something like that, you can go to those 3 stories that and you can impress people, or at least keep the conversation going and intrigue interest and have them trust you. And once you build that trust me, you're gonna know when you build that trust, you just kind of move the conversation. You still go with the flow and just move the conversation to business. Hey, bro, we're talking about jet skiing. Yeah, I love jet skiing. Jet skiing is great. I live in Florida. I've recently moved up here because I moved up here because I started doing business. Because a lot of my credit repair companies moved down to Florida. So I was like, I'm just gonna follow the business. And I moved down here. I was like, and because it kind of just made sense to me. Hey, what do you do, by the way? Do you do anything along that? That's kind of how it goes, that was kind of me, a little mumble jumble out there, but that's how it kind of goes. And one of the best things that you got to keep in mind when I talk is whenever you're talking, take your time, because a lot of the times when you're talking about things and you're talking fast, you can get caught up, and people don't really like That seems unconfident. And I preach this about this in a lot of other videos, but I'm trying to. This comes along with videography as well, and just talking to people. Don't say because that seems unconfident, and just it's not the best. I don't know how to better explain that. I do it sometimes too, but even better than saying take a deep breath, or not even a deep breath. Take a second, recuperate your thoughts, and then keep on going. Because chances are they're willing to wait for you. It's statistically, people are willing to wait around like 3 to 4 times as long as you think they are willing to wait. So what I'm trying to go with is take your time, think about what you want to say, and network. Network, guys. Go out with the idea that you want to network. And to finalize, I don't want to make this video too long. Well, first of all, if you have any questions, you can always comment down below or send me a direct message. Second thing is, I spent the last couple of years networking myself. And what we did is we networked with a bunch of car dealerships, realtors, and 12 other different sources around the entire country. So you don't have to really worry about that. Don't really have to worry about that hassle. And the beauty behind this is as soon as somebody comes to that car dealership, or as soon as somebody goes to that real estate agent, and they find out that they can't get approved for a mortgage loan, for whatever they need, for a car loan, because the credit is shot, I want that person to go directly to you. So if you're interested in having that person sent directly to you, for you to close them, because these guys are motivated, and they want to get the credit fixed like yesterday. So they're highly motivated, they're incredible quality, and you can charge a lot more because these people need it done ASAP. If you're willing to do that, if you want that lead to be sent directly to you, click the link down below, schedule a strategy session with me, and I'll be more than happy to teach you, to show you exactly how this works, and to start sending some of those guys your way. But thank you guys so much for watching. Once again, any questions, comments, concerns, schedule a call with me or comment down below. I'll be more than happy to help you guys out. Thank you guys, and peace out.